there, and good evening to everyone. Welcome to the Sohria Alexander Show. People, how you doing? How was your day? Hope everybody is doing mighty fine. I'm doing fine. Given the circumstances of the weather changing, I'm good. Your girl is holding on. She's holding on. My people, welcome. Welcome to the Sohria Alexander Show, my listeners. Liberty 92.3 FM. How are you guys doing from the north of the island to the south of the island, to the east of the island, and to the west of the island? I bid you good evening. And also my social media audiences, how y'all doing? YouTube and Facebook, how are y'all doing, my people? At least you'll get to see me. My radio audience, they're not seeing me, but you'll see me soon. Even my radio audiences will see me on television very soon, and that will be a big thing. Welcome, my people. And I would like to say thank you for supporting the Sohria Alexander Show. It's a show, as I've always said, it's a show that is different, a show that is full of life excitement. You get to know me. Imagine, people. I was at the bank, and this young lady just said so. Now, it's cool to call me so. I wasn't born with Mrs. in front my name. I wasn't born with Miss in front my name. I wasn't born with any other credentials in front my name. So it's cool to call me so. So this young lady said, I'm so. I'm like, hi, hello. For the time people call me so I know it's either my show. And this young lady said, let me tell you, just reading what you write on Facebook, I feel like I know you. I know who so is. That is really interesting, because as I said to people, I'm not a fake. What you see is what you get. I am extremely funny. I have a funny bone in me. I like to laugh. And at the same time, I can be very serious, very businesslike. But hey, this life is too serious already for me to continue being serious. We'll discuss the issues. I would say what I have to say, but hey, people, laugh a little. Dance in the rain like no one else is watching. And if there is one thing so like to do, so likes to dance. Now, y'all who have been listening to me on Radio Land and soon to be in TV Land, and those on social media, I hope you guys are taking notes of what so is saying, because maybe at the end of the year I may give a few prizes, because what I found is that sometimes people only come when I'm saying I'm going to give prizes. A lot of people want to show up, blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to do it in a different way, in that my radio audience, that they get some prizes also, because I have to be fair to them. My TV audience, I'll figure out how I'm going to do that. But I want to be fair and that everybody gets something, because it's a pleasure for everybody to listening to me. And those in the diaspora, I guess, you'll allow the locals to win it, which is fine. So it is good that people are getting to know me. Let me tell you, I feel a lot of people connect to me, especially women. The women, I find a lot of women, the more mature women, the young ones connect to, but a lot of the mature women, they understand where I'm coming from. And I can see it, the gratefulness that when I meet them in town, not even knowing them, and how they react. And the young lady saying, so just reading what you write, it's like, I know you. This is me, people, because I believe that you gotta be real in this life for you to survive. And remember, anything that is there for you as a person, as long as you doing things the right way, you are going to get it. Put God first in everything you're doing, and you will definitely reach the mark. Let us be there for each other. Let us be an inspiration to somebody. I'm not going to come here and do like, oh, I'm Miss Perfect. I'm going to give you little excerpts of my life, and I've been telling you for the past few shows, little excerpts of my life, so you could understand. So you're not alone. Many people are going through things or have been through things, and they believe that they are the only ones going through things, and they have nobody to talk to. They have nobody, And let us not live fake. And many people, especially social media is the biggest fake there is. Because people only show you, oh, they're happy, they this, they that. People don't show you the real side. So do not use social media as your measuring stick. And as I've said to you, I don't post my life on social media. I don't do that. I'll post a picture here, there, something here, there to laugh. But, live. Try. Let me tell you something. Living in privacy is the best thing you can do for yourself. If you have a little family gathering, you want to show your pictures, your children or whatever, yourself, fine. But, live a private life. It is much better. And let me tell you something, people. I want to encourage you tonight. We're going to be discussing a number of things, right, that has happened. We're going to be discussing it. And as I said, get your friends to come listen to the show. It's a wonderful show. Radio Land, tell your friends, those on social media, tell your friends, let your friends know that every Monday and Wednesday from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., if they want to just come, relax and chill and hear a very good show, the Sohria Alexander Show is the place to be. And, I will never forget, when this young girl, Nadine Wilkinson, said to her dad, she loves so can do no wrong. And I just want to shout out all of you who listen, who view. Thanks for the support. Thanks for being there, because it is important that you are here to hear what I'm saying, because at the end of the day, I can't be speaking to myself. I can, all that knowledge, all that wisdom for myself, I need to impart it to other people. So, as I said, it's not a political show, but if there's stuff that needs to be discussed, obviously, but it's not. And thank you for all the raving reviews for the last show about, our men being faithful. They need to be faithful. They need to step up. We need our man to step up. Nothing is more sexy, nothing is more beautiful than having a man that has it together in terms of his spiritual life, in terms of his finances, and in terms of he being a faithful human being. And I believe that this is not a hard task. And men, when the women come after you, you should just tell them, be gone. Straight. Let them call you soft. It's better to be soft, but you're a decent man, and you're a faithful man. So people, faith is taking the first step. Even when you don't see the whole staircase. I'm gonna repeat this for you. Faith is taking the first step. Even when you don't see the whole staircase. Let me tell you something, people. Many great things evolve from people having a grain of faith, like a mustard seed, and building on it. And let me tell you something. Let me just give you a little preaching tonight. If you want to be great, be prepared to do it alone. If you want to be great, be prepared to do it alone. Because let me tell you something. People don't like to see you moving up the ladder. They will not be happy for you. What they want you to do, they will be your friend if you remain at the same level with them. But from the time they see that you are surpassing them, it's going to be hell and damnation. So many people who believe that, okay, if you're going to start something, an interest, something you want to do, and you're looking for the entire football team to support you, think again. You have to own up for yourself, show up for yourself. You have to save yourself and fight for yourself. So a lot of people have gotten discouraged. A lot of people have gotten discouraged because they didn't have the support. You have to be your support. You have to push the envelope. You have to make the moves. You have to do what you have to do. You have to make that call on your own. No one is coming to save you. You have to do that business plan on your own. Nobody is coming to save you. You have to do what you have to do. Because at the end of the day, let me ask you something. When you go to bed, are you falling asleep with 1,000 people? You close your eyes and you lay your head on your bed and you fall asleep. And I think when people start to realize that you have to be the force to be reckoned with to push yourself up that staircase, then you would realize, I can do it. Don't ever sit there and say, oh, I can't do it. And many people, let me tell you something, when they see you going up the staircase and you're trying to make something of your life or your business or whatever you try to do, they will try to pull you down. But remember, in everything you do, while you only have yourself, you also have God there to guide you. And if you listen to those stars, all of them that sing all them kind of music, I'm talking about the big wigs overseas, all of them that sing and all this kind of music, they always give thanks to the Most High. I want to thank God for being there for me. I want to thank my mama for being there for me. You always hear them say that. Because they understand, and DJ Khaled is one of them. They understand the importance of putting God in everything that you do. Let Him guide the way. And as I've always said to you guys, I don't worry. I don't worry. And I've been asked that, why don't you worry? If I used to worry, I would not look so young. When I say to people my age, they're like, no, you're not 53. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And try to have a joyful spirit. Surround yourself with people with like mind like you, not those who will bring you down and tear you down. Because if you have an idea and you go to a friend and you say to the friend, hey, listen, I want to do this, and this person is giving you the runarounds, no, forget it. Most times you succeed on your own by being bold, by being brave. So it is important, even if you're not seeing that staircase, even if you are not seeing that staircase, walk in faith, go in faith, move in faith, because God is always there for you. Faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. And you know, and the inspiration I'm giving here, it's not only for young people, it is for all of us. Because sometimes people feel very down, and I understand people feeling very down because we're living in dread times. Financially, a lot of people are balling. We all are balling. Financially, everything is difficult. It is not like when we were back pre-COVID. Everybody, and I really don't know. I am trying to figure out how we are going to continue surviving in a climate like this. And I know people keep saying everywhere the prices of groceries have increased. We know that, but we are living here, and it doesn't seem like people can survive. It is very difficult. And as I said, our people of St. Lucia are very passive. We will protest for politics. Why can't we protest for the grocery prices? Why can't we just ask for permission through the necessary channels and protest the high cost of living, especially groceries? Personally, I don't really have an issue with Lucelec, Wasco. Well, Flow and the rest are standard, right? The other bills. I really don't have, honestly, I don't have a problem with this. My problem is people are spending 10 times more in groceries than they used to spend when we were in 2019. What has changed? Let me tell you what has changed. The world, capitalism, the world has gone insane, and they're sucking the life out of ordinary people. A lot of people are frustrated. A lot of people are frustrated. And what I want to do, and I don't know, within the sound of my voice, maybe some businesses can partner with me, or some people, because I want to start a pantry to ensure, especially the kiddos, get something to go to school so that they are able to get, some breakfast. And I know most times when they go to the school, they have the poverty meal given the children. Now, let me tell you something. You see that Minister of Education, Minister of Agriculture, Honorable Moses Jean-Baptiste and Honorable Sean Edward. I don't know if it's like that because my children are in school again, but I used to see the poverty meal they giving the kids for $1. We are a nation where we can grow stuff. I believe that every child, irrespective of your background, your financial, your economic background, I believe that every child, when they reach at school, they get a hot breakfast. We need to invest in, we need to make our schools better. Why don't we have a proper cafeteria? Now, I know some of the schools are already built, so I don't know what makeshift they could do. Have a proper cafeteria where the kids can come and have a hot breakfast. Some may not want it, because they have breakfast their parents can afford to give them, but it doesn't matter. We don't care if you're rich, you poor, you indifferent, that every child can sit and have a hot meal. Breakfast, and they can have lunch. And also, we should know the students within the school that do not have. And what you can do, those students, when they are going home, you give them a dinner pack. If you know they have a family of 4, you put enough. Let us spend our monies, our tax dollars in that way. I find that what we do, we look for the big projects, the big malls, the big hospitals, the big this, the big that. Having the big this and the big that, and our students are suffering. What's the meaning of that? What is the meaning of that? And with this, I will take my first commercial break.
Attention St. Lucia, get ready for an incredible offer from Skybox Shipping. Fresh off the market, Skybox Shipping is here, and we're starting the month of June with a steal. Picture this, get a jaw-dropping 50% off every pound you ship with us. Whether it's by air or sea, with Skybox Shipping, the sky is indeed the limit. Located at Gablewood Mall, Sunny Acres, you can't miss us. Visit our website at skyboxshipping.com for more information. Or, better yet, give us a call at 1-758-572-2277 to speak with our friendly team. We're open from Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. But hurry, this unbeatable June offer won't last forever. Terms and conditions apply. Catch the Sohria Alexander Show on Mondays and Wednesdays from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. right here on 92.3 Liberty FM. This show will revolutionize your mind. Your host, Soso, awaits you. See you there.
Business owners, are you looking for affordable advertising options? Yes, you see, the Sohria Alexander Show has got you covered. Maximize your brand's reach with our affordable advertising rates and reach a wide audience of engaged listeners. Your ad could be featured on our popular show, and we also offer audio and digital TV ad creations. Yes, you see, don't miss the opportunity. Call us now at 758-715-9458 or email us at thesohriaalexandershow@gmail.com to secure your advertising spot. Yes, big or small business, there is something for you. Ho, 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 ho.
And yes, call us today if you need your advertising done. We'll get it done for you. Now, my people, it is, there's so many things going on. And I believe we as St. Lucians, especially, there are not many jobs. We know that. And what I would encourage St. Lucians to do, instead of fighting, instead of quarreling, the government cannot give all of us employment. Create your employment. And when you create your employment, you'll be able to push yourself forward. You may not even need dollars from the youth economy, depending on what you're doing. So try to elevate yourself. And then I was really taken aback with a news clip that I saw with regards to the noise that is happening at, we could call it our Bacchanal Center, our nightlife center, which is Grosile. Now, off and on, where you live, your neighbors, your surrounding neighbors, thank God where I live is very quiet, they may have a party off and on, not anything to talk about. And then you would hear the music and whatever. And even if the music go a little over, you don't really bother. It's not something that happens all the time. And with my house, when I close my house, I ain't hear nothing. But I am taken aback. This is why I say we need regulations. We need proper DCA regulations in St. Lucia. I cannot understand. To me, from the time I know myself, Grosile has been a center for Bacchanal. Grosile has been the center for the nightlife and the fun, because when jazz was over, that was when Kassav was there. When jazz was over, I have to be very thankful to my driver, because I'm telling you, I've been very careful, especially with everything going on. I have to be very thankful to my driver, right? When I hear people say they got stuck in traffic, they this, they that, I didn't have that issue, because sometimes it's good to get an experienced person to drive you. So when we left jazz the evening, it was a bit late, and there was a lot of traffic. So he said, okay, they know, the drivers know everywhere, I know everywhere. He passed like he was going into the village of Grosile. So my son, they're saying, and the others, they're saying, wow, them tourists really like Fete. They come from jazz or wherever. There were little places that have their little bars, ordinary thing, not no sophisticated thing, have their little bars, have their little food. And people, we said, we were saying, but check the tourists, they're enjoying themselves. And there were some local people, and you driving into the village. And as we drive, we seen people say, wow, we said these people not going home. And my driver said, this is how they are. People come from one fair, they go into somewhere else and have fun. So my issue is, Grosile has always been the district for Bacchanal. Grosile, Rodney Bay. If you want to have fun, go there and have fun. Okay? So the residents are now complaining that there are various businesses in Grosile, Rodney Bay that are disturbing them. Now we have to strike a balance here. we have to strike a balance here. We cannot just shut down the people's business, and we cannot ignore the cries of the residents. So we have to strike a balance, because let me tell you something. As I've said previously, St. Lucia, we ain't got thousands of vacancies. So if these people are creating employment and earning revenue to pay their employees, to pay their bills, we must find a balance. But what I don't understand, why are we allowed, if Grosile, I've always known Grosile to be a town of fun that never sleeps. Grosile is like New York. Rodney Bay is like New York. So I'm going to play the tape for you, well, actually the news clip for you to take a listen.
A group of concerned residents from the Rodney Bay community have launched a complaint to authorities urging immediate action concerning noise pollution brought on by bars and nightclubs in the area. According to the residents, the amplified music from the establishments has had a detrimental impact on community life, and efforts to bring the situation to an amicable resolve have been in vain. Parliamentary representative for the area, Kenson Kazime, says there have been efforts on his part to bring the issue under control. However, the meetings and actions are continuing to result in a more harmonious relationship between proprietors and residents.
I've had 4 separate meetings within my 18-month period as MP. That is more than 10 years of other individuals before me, with the Rodney Bay residents, with the bar owners, with the police. And it has been an ongoing sort of, we've had to have conversation on how we have some moral suasion, because we know it's a dual area. We're going to have entertainment and we're going to have persons as residents.
Kazime remains confident that the issue can come to a resolution, as actions following these meetings seem favorable, despite the lack of legislative fortitude to enforce decibel levels.
It is something that legislatively has not been dealt with. We have to be dealing with a level of decibels that is important to ensure that we have some level of control. But we do have individuals that have moved very close to where entertainment is going to continue to be enjoyed in the community, and so we must sit down at the table and continue to see what we can do as one people.
The parliamentary representative says the Royal St. Lucia Police Force is doing its best to police the situation, and residents ought to exercise a degree of understanding.
I don't think it's fair to say the police is not doing anything, simply because my interaction with the police is that they do from time to time ensure that at 2 o'clock, sometimes 2:15, that the noise, or most of the times, the persons that are still playing, they are stopped. The police, they are not perfect. They cannot be ubiquitous as much as we want them to be. We want them to be everywhere dealing with certain situations, and so sometimes it will fall through the cracks.
Kazime insists that he will continue to work with the entities to meet common ground. For the DBS News World, Jason Darius reporting.
And this is what I'm saying. We need proper regulation. I'm not blaming the current minister, but we need proper regulation so these things don't happen. And people ought to know that if you are buying property within those zones, there are nightclubs, there are bars, there are people frolicking, having a good time. So the balance has to be struck, and this is left. Like he said, he has had 4 meetings with the necessary stakeholders, and up to now that, they're still trying to mend things. But as I said, I've always known Rodney Bay and Grosile to be the Bacchanal City. It's like the New York City of St. Lucia, okay? So I hope this situation is resolved and that, everybody can be happy, because at the end of the day, I understand the neighbors need their sleep time, and I also understand that the business owners need to make money for them to survive. It's a very ticklish situation. However, I'm hoping that good sense prevail and everybody can move forward happily. So kudos and well done to Kenson, the minister, the member of parliament for Grosile, for handling that situation. Very well done. And people, as I've always said, be careful what your tongue says about people, because eventually it will come back to haunt you. Now, you remember I spoke to you a few shows ago about the passport situation. All of us want our passport. Well, I have mine. As I said, I have my passport. Now, imagine Sean Alexander is somebody I know from childhood. I know Sean Alexander. He is the assistant superintendent, police commissioner, whatever he is. But I know he's in charge of the immigration department. Okay, ASP Sean Alexander. I have known Sean forever. I know Sean fam. I know all of them. These are people I know. They're no strangers to me. Imagine when I wanted my passport and I was walking up and down Maji, and I just say, I'm not dealing with this passport nonsense again. I didn't go and accuse the immigration officer in charge. I did not go and accuse any police officer. I placed the pressure on Dr. Virginia Albert, who is responsible for immigration. So I put the pressure, I placed the pressure on her. Now, I never even remembered, that's to show you, I never even remembered that Sean Alexander, ASP Sean Alexander, was in charge of immigration. And like I said, I know Sean very well. I know his mother, father, brothers, I know all of them very well. I decided, you see me, I wasted my time with passports. Somebody realized that I said, I wasted my time, I need my passport. They took the passports and they did the passport for me. I never saw ASP Alexander, nothing like that. I was taken aback that someone could write on social media that ASP Sean Alexander is corrupt and he is working with a third-party agency to collect monies. Let me tell you something. I don't put my hand in fire for people, but I can tell you, Sean have nothing to do with that. ASP Sean Alexander has nothing to do with that. This is one of the most helpful, honest, and very professional police officer you could find in St. Lucia. ASP Sean Alexander has been awarded and highly regarded by the USA Drug Enforcement Agency. He has had a reputation that many police officers would be envious of. And it is just so wrong where people believe that they can just sit behind a keyboard and be a Facebook warrior and just type what they please about another individual. To call him corrupt, I always say, if you're going to say and mention, if I have to say Sean Alexander is corrupt, Sean Alexander is involved in selling passports and collecting monies under the table with the briefcase, then I should have all my proof to show. Blast it on social media. But people these days, they feel emboldened to be on social media, type anything about anybody without suffering the consequences. It is a shame. It is a shame that people who want to represent various constituencies of St. Lucia would stoop to that level. And I said it to you all before, if you want to do a business or anything, keep it to yourself. Just keep pushing privately. Destroying somebody's reputation because you believe it would make you look good. You are the one that is going to suffer the consequences. And the immigration boss, he demanded that Minerva Ward retracts scandalous statements about him. And when I posted Sean Alexander on my page and I'm saying, this is not the Sean we know and we stand with him, the comments were all in favor of him. People know him, a God-fearing man. People know Sean. And it has become ridiculous, and I believe the laws in St. Lucia needs to be changed. And I think I saw somebody wrote about cyberbullying. I think it's a lawyer. It's on their page. I must go back to look at it. And what they're saying is that there are cyber laws that you just can't write anything about anybody on Facebook. I saw it on their page. That you have rights, people. You have rights that people who believe they can just come on Facebook and decide that they can slander you or say anything. There are laws against that. Cyberbullying. There are laws against this. And what I'm going to do, and then there is the briefcase company. St. Lucians, let us not act like we are so backwards in our thinking. Everywhere in the world, there are third-party services. And some of you use it every day without even realizing it. Some of you use it every day to pay your bills. Some of you do not go directly to the vendor to pay. You'll use the third-party services. But when we want to create mischief, political mischief, we do not care if we slander innocent people. We do not care what we say about innocent people. Are you experiencing online bullying? And let me give citation to the law firm, MFC Law. I'm going to give citation to them. They're on Facebook. Are you experiencing online bullying? There may be a way to fix that. Okay? And what do I do when someone is bullying me online? If someone is saying hurtful and malicious things about you on or offline, it may be defamatory if it isn't true. If someone is saying hurtful and malicious things about you on or offline, it may be defamatory if it isn't true. Things said online, including Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, can be defamatory even when the person does not call your name. Things said online, including Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, can be defamatory even when the person does not call your name. I have a couple of lawsuits to file too. A couple of lawsuits. What are your options if someone defames you? Send them a cease and desist letter requesting an apology and that they delete the post. That is usually the first step. The second step is file a lawsuit for defamation. Get monetary compensation for the damage to your reputation. All three. So people are out here on Facebook defaming people, saying all kind of rubbish about them. Saying all kind of rubbish about them and think you will not be dealt with. For all those on social media doing their unprofessional lives, scandalizing people's name, your statements are very libelous. And the thing about it, while you say it, while you are saying it and they are under your life supporting you, when you are hauled and dragged before the courts, you are going to be the only one standing and facing the judge. You are going to be the only one footing your fees. You are going to be the only one that have to find the money to pay the person you defamed. Lots of that going on Facebook. Facebook's supposed to be a place where you just chill, have fun. But people have gotten so personal and want to score cheap political points defaming people. So be on your guard and be in the know the next time someone comes for you when you didn't send for them. You think these lawyers playing? You think this lawyers playing? And it's I quoted their page is, and these are young lawyers. 3 young lawyers who have just set up. Sure, it's a year they're in business. MFC Law. All of y'all that's scandalizing people, cursing people, saying all sorts of things on Facebook, go to MFC Law and read what they wrote there. That post was actually done on December 12th, 2022. And I'm going to read again because, it's not a joke. And people are taking it very seriously now. Send your lawyers, let and just haul you before the court. It needs to stop. We can argue with each other on the issue. Okay, so if I am saying I do not agree that the government of St. Lucia is saying that they have increased employment, and in my mind, where is the employment? Yeah, you may have a figure, but there are thousands of people out of work. Instead of coming to say, okay, let me just argue with Sohria based on facts, argue with so based on facts, saying, oh, so this is what happened, show me proof. They would go personal and try to defame the person. I'm going to read this again. Radio land, Facebook land, YouTube land, on all the apps, wherever you are listening. I'm going to read it, and this applies worldwide, not wide, not only in St. Lucia. MFC Law, what do I do when someone is bullying me online? If someone is saying hurtful and malicious things about you on or offline, it may be defamatory if it isn't true. Things said online, including Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, can be defamatory even where the person does not call your name, even when the person does not call your name. So I have seen some of them with their unprofessional lives saying a lot of bad things about people and saying, oh, I'm not going to call your name. People know who you're referring to. You got to be careful. And as we have seen that some people have taken legal action and hauling a few before the courts. We have seen a few of them have received legal court documents, so that they can come answer their names, which is good. Send them a cease and desist letter requesting an apology and that they delete the post. File a lawsuit for defamation. Get monetary compensation for the damage to your reputation, all 3. So be on your guard and be in the know, and the next time someone comes for you when you didn't send for them. And with this, I am going to take my second commercial break.
Attention St. Lucia, get ready for an incredible offer from Skybox Shipping, fresh off the market. Skybox Shipping is here, and we're starting the month of June with a steal. Picture this, get a jaw-dropping 50% off every pound you ship with us. Whether it's by air or sea, with Skybox Shipping, the sky is indeed the limit. Located at Gablewood's Mall, Sunny Acres, you can't miss us. Visit our website at skyboxshipping.com for more information. Or, better yet, give us a call at 1-758-572-2277 to speak with our friendly team. We're open from Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. But hurry, this unbeatable June offer won't last forever. Terms and conditions apply. Catch the Sohria Alexander Show on Mondays and Wednesdays from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. right here on 92.3 Liberty FM. This show will revolutionize your mind. Your host, Soso, awaits you. See you there.
Business owners, are you looking for affordable advertising options? Yes, you see, the Sohria Alexander Show has got you covered. Maximize your brand's reach with our affordable advertising rates and reach a wide audience of engaged listeners. Your ad could be featured on our popular show. And we also offer audio and digital TV ad creations, yes, you see? Don't miss the opportunity. Call us now at 758-715-9458 or email us at thesohriaalexandershow@gmail.com to secure your advertising spot, yes? Big or small business, there is something for you. Ho, 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 ho.
And yes, my people, remember, advertise with us, call the show, keep the show going, call us, and we are going to do our best for you. Now, my people, we are going to play a video for you, and that video is the briefcase, clearing up, setting the facts straight.
United Park posted an image of a receipt with the name The Briefcase, labeling the business a passport extortion scandal, unveiling corruption within St. Lucia's passport office. One of the claims made by United Park in the Facebook caption reads, "An alarming practice where passport officials have created an avenue to extort money from vulnerable St. Lucians seeking to obtain their passports." In addition, United Park claims workers at the passport office, referred to as coyotes, exploit desperate individuals through exorbitant amounts surpassing $700 to facilitate the acquisition of passports. Finally, the post cites government corruption within the SLP administration. The briefcase owner, Cindy Alcindor Gabriel, spoke with NBC Prime to set the matter straight. She explained that the scrutiny started when the briefcase extended their services to the south of the island, whilst other businesses attempted to compete.
There are many people competing, trying to compete with the briefcase, but they just can't operate like the briefcase, because we are not just taking your passport in, we are also justice of the peace. We do so much more. We work with the state, we serve the state, and we serve the people, and we'll continue to do so, no matter what people say and they do.
Alcindor Gabriel affirms that the briefcase is simply a third party which provides services, which includes the processing of ID cards, passports, and other services. She declares that the business is not affiliated or hired by the government.
The criticism simply is that we are like an external body that the government have hired to issue people passports. That is craziness. That is a lie. You need someone to get your passport done for you. You need someone to do your ID card for you. You need a third party to do something on your behalf. You don't have the time to get it done. This is where the briefcase comes in and fill it in for you.
In addition, she says the briefcase provides services which persons would have to pay. The briefcase, she further states, will continue to serve St. Lucians that enlist their services here and abroad. Cecil Actil, NBC Prime.
And exactly what I just finished spoke about defamation, defaming people, saying things that are not true. So you expect to go to the lady's business place, the briefcase. You expect to go to her place. You expect her to fill out the forms, do everything for you. Take the line on your behalf. Battle it out with immigration so that you can get your passport. You expect her to do that for free for you? Where do you people get off? If the passport is 300 for emergency, or the usual passport is 250, don't you expect the lady is carrying out a business? You believe she is going to do all that for you while you at work or wherever for free? She has to charge you something. In the States, there are a third-party agency that does the same thing this lady does, and they charge over 100 US or more for the services. You St. Lucians like everything for free, and when you can't get your way, defame people, malign people with the vicious and nasty things you'll say. And I've read many comments from people who have used the briefcase, this lady, and the comments were very flattering. The comments were very affirming that she is doing a good job. You know, we need to get off. The lady herself said she's not contracted. She is the JP. They do JP services. They serve the state. You know, people, if you want to get your ID, she does it. Because, let me tell you something, it's because I had the time, because I've never had a St. Lucian, a national ID, right? I never had one. I always use for everything. From the time I know myself, I have my passport and I have my driver's license. So they said, passport office said, they need my national ID, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, I went and I get it. I had the time, I make the time. But those of the people who do not have the time, busy, they will use the lady third-party service. And to say such a horrible things about the lady leaves a lot to be desired. What do you expect her to do? So if on her bill says $650, so I am assuming, let's say, 2 emergency passport, and she charge you a little $50. $50 is not even enough. You are always trying to break somebody's hustle. I know where this lady is. I've seen her. I never even know they were doing the passport things, if you don't want to go on the line, whatever, because she's next to the electoral department. I've always seen, I know there is a JP there. I see people going, but I didn't know what other services she was providing. And you know, it is easy. It is easy for y'all to just go and defame people. And right away, you know, she may provide you a service, because listen to that. She's not guaranteeing you that you'll get the passport tomorrow, but she's providing you a service to take the line and take the hassle and the stress that you are not willing to take. But let me tell you, the first things Lucians do is to slander people, break people, malign people. We must stop that nonsense. We must stop that nonsense. And it's this same pack of wolves have done that to me too. Have my buy me a coffee business and say it's a scam, whereas buy me a coffee is being used by over 500,000 creators. You know, I want all these people to pay for their tongues. I want all these people. You cannot try to interfere with the lady's livelihood by saying she is in a scam with immigration officials. Where is the proof that the lady is in a scam? Where is the proof? We need to ensure that when we speak, we know what we're saying. Like, for instance, I have my show here. You think I am foolish? I am not going to put myself to get a lawsuit, put Liberty 92.3 FM to get a lawsuit, put the Liberty Flow 119 to get a lawsuit. You come and you speak with facts I have seen those on Facebook beating their traps, saying they have facts, they're speaking in facts, but I know they're hauling them to court. And I want the powers that be. You see, I'll go to no susuje, no shishije, whatever they say, no susuze, no shishije. You see, we need a court. We need a small claims court to handle situations like that. We need a small claims court. When somebody owes you $500 and you need your money, or $1,000, you don't need to go and pay exorbitant legal fees. This is what we need in this country. Fix the courts at the local level. We need this fixed. Court should not be something where only the well-to-do can afford it. We need a small claims court like Judge Judy. We also need a court that will deal with libelous chants by the influencers on Facebook, influencers, not sirs, on Facebook, causing all these rackets about people. And sometimes I really have to applaud some of the ministers for ignoring. But there are some who did not ignore and take a stance, and I commend you. All of you should take a stand. We need to stop this nonsense. Oh man, if I take a stand, you know what is gonna happen? I'm gonna lose votes, people not like me, blah blah blah. You must stand for righteousness. If something is being said wrong, you have to go and do what you have to do legally. We have other shows that are up to par. We have some that need to tone it down with the things they say. We should not be attacking people personally. What we should be doing, attacking the issues. So even if I may not agree with your government or something, or your party on something, come back and fire back at me with facts, not personal attacks. And this is why the young people sang. That's why the young people sang in the calypsos, that we as adults are no example to them. And they are right. They are very right. When I come here to speak to you, it's on a different level. It is on a different level. So to all those who have been defamed, to all those things have been said about you, take it to court.
They are talking shit. What them no getting to me? You for what's to me? I put my eyes, then shut my eyes, just good. I cry, but my love. Me, I don't pray, Muhammad, I don't pray. Come on, man, I can't stand for one place.